everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Emma. I am a sophomore in college, and so that is primarily what I base my videos around. So if you like that kind of stuff, be sure to subscribe. So today's video is going to be a popular trend. It's the reading people's assumptions about me, which the first video that I saw was Avery Ovar's. I think she kind of like started this whole thing, and I've watched quite a few, and I just think they're really interesting and really fun to watch, and a good way for like people to get to know like who you're actually watching. So yeah, I asked you guys on Instagram, be sure to follow me by the way, it's EmmaCatherine09, for any assumptions that you guys had about me, and there were quite a few, and some that I didn't necessarily expect, so I'm very excited to address these and just to answer them truthfully and honestly, and yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm probably gonna do like try to answer more with less words than like less with more words, if that makes sense, just because like there are quite a few of them and I just would like to address a lot of them. So here we go. Alright, the first one, you are very tall. This is true. I think a lot of people don't really like know how tall I am. So I am 5'9" 3/4, basically 5'10", and I think the average for a woman is like 5'6" or 5'7", so yeah, I'm very tall. I used to be so insecure about it, like all throughout middle and high school, just because people would always point it out, and my friends were shorter, so like I always just kind of felt self-conscious about it. But yeah, my last year of high school and like leading up to college just kind of grew out of that phase, ha ha ha. So yeah, I honestly like don't even think about my height anymore, which is kind of nice. So yeah, I am tall, but it doesn't really like impact my life that much. So you wish you would have continued YouTube without taking a break. This is actually false. I'm really happy that I took a break. I think the only thing that kind of that my break set me back was being able to partner with brands. I feel as though like a lot of channels that are similar to mine grew a lot in that year that I didn't post. And so I do kind of think about like, okay, if I wouldn't have taken a break, like would I have more opportunities working with brands? I'm happy that I took the break for like my mental health, because I just like was not happy making YouTube videos, and I feel like that was kind of like the saturated period where like you would do DIYs and like morning routines, and like you always had to be really happy, and that's just like not like I wasn't happy, and so I didn't like having to put on like a fake face. So I feel like that year off really gave me a lot of time to kind of explore myself and to figure out who I was and what I wanted my channel to look like, and I'm still working on that. But I feel like with this new like vlog style, I feel like it's a lot easier for me to make like relatable content, if you will, and just like be open and vulnerable with my audience. And yeah, so no, I am really happy that I took a break. The only thing, yeah, like I'm not happy about is I feel like I possibly missed out on like growth and opportunities and stuff like that. You were very religious and conservative before college. This is true. For those of you who don't know, I grew up in a Christian household. I would say that I was like definitely Christian up until I was like 14 or so maybe. And then my brother kind of started exploring, and then my dad did, and then my mom did. So like we kind of like slowly all fell out of it. And so yeah, I mean before college, I wouldn't say that college made me like liberal or whatever. I don't like those kind of terms, but like college didn't do that to me. It was more so my senior year of high school that I started exploring and researching and watching lectures and debates and all that kind of stuff, talking to people, where I kind of grew and expanded my worldview and my understanding of religions and the psychological effects of it. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't college that changed it. I would say it was more like my junior and senior year of high school that I started exploring and just expanding my knowledge in that realm. You are lonely because you commute and spend a lot of time at home. Okay, I would say that this is false. I've actually in a previous, one of my last few videos I talked about being alone and kind of the difference between alone and lonely. I feel like loneliness is when you crave other people's presence, whereas alone, like just in the sense of the word, you're just alone, you're by yourself. So I don't crave people's presence. Like I am someone who I'm just very independent. I like being by myself. Like I don't get sad or like upset about being by myself. I definitely would say that I don't have a ton of friends just because I do commute and I do live at home. And yeah, I just don't spend a lot of time on campus to like meet people. But I mean, I have like 3 to 4 friends that I talk to on a fairly regular basis and that I hang out with, and I don't record any of that and I don't share any of that. So yeah, as like an outsider looking in, definitely looks like I don't spend any time with anyone else but like myself and my family. But yeah, I would definitely not say that I'm lonely, but I do spend a lot of time alone. You've never had a boyfriend before? This is false. I have had a boyfriend. We were together like my junior and almost all of senior year. But yeah, that was kind of during my YouTube break too, so I didn't really I wasn't on social media to post about our relationship. You're the girl in class that's always ready with hair and makeup. This one is false. I am not that girl. I mean, at least I don't think so. Like, I do wear some makeup to class, usually just like under eye concealer, and if I have zits, like I'll cover my zits. But that's about it. Like, most days I don't even wear like mascara unless I'm like going to work afterwards because I have to look presentable at work. And then as for my hair, I don't style my hair. Like, this is natural and it just kind of like falls in a semi-presentable way. Like, sometimes I'll straighten it or sometimes I'll like curl a few pieces. But yeah, I definitely don't take my time to like get ready for class. Honestly, brushing my teeth and washing my face takes longer than like me doing my hair and makeup. So, yeah. I feel like you're the true friend out of a group. This is interesting, really sweet. I don't really know though. I guess it kind of depends on the group and like the dynamic of the relationship, because I obviously want to say yes, that's true, but there are definitely times when I have not been the true friend. I feel like I'm always very truthful with my friends. In one aspect, I would say true because like even if we haven't talked in a year, you can literally text me or call me and I will talk to you and I will be there for you. Like, that's just kind of how I am. Like, I'm just like so passionate about people and like compassionate, I guess, as well. Yeah, I guess all I can say is that it depends on the relationship and the person. But yeah, like I said, like anyone who like I haven't talked to in like a year, months, like you can definitely like come talk to me and like I'd be totally open. Like, I don't hold anything against anyone. Yeah, I don't really know how to answer that question. You are secretly talking to someone. This is funny. I actually got a lot of questions, or assumptions I guess, that I've had, or that I have a boyfriend secretly talking to someone. No, this is false. I'm not talking to anyone. I have been single for like about 2 years and I think I've only talked to like maybe like 3 or 4 guys in between. Like, I really have not talked to any guys, partially just because like I feel like they're not interested, so again I'm like, okay, why am I wasting my time here? It's actually really funny. One guy that I've talked to, or used to talk to, he was kind of like a good conversationalist and then he just kind of like ghosted me, so I was like, okay, cool. But I pass him like all the time on campus and it's really funny, and I don't really know if like he knows that we talked, but I just think it's funny. I just kind of laugh. But yeah, no, I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not dating anyone. I'm very happy to be single. I think it's a good time to learn and to grow. And again, like, I'm not going to actively like search out a romantic partner. If one like crosses my path and it like, I feel like if there might be something there, then sure. But yeah, I don't actively like search for relationships. You wish you went to public school. This is false. I do not wish that I went to public school. There are a lot of things wrong with the educational system, and I just like wouldn't want to be tossed around in a system for like 13 years. So yeah, no, I'm very happy that I was homeschooled and that my parents encouraged creativity and learning and education and like wanted us to learn about things that genuinely interested us. Because I feel like that's a lot like of where my love for learning came from. I feel like the people that go to public school or like went to public school just have a very different mindset and attitude. And so yeah, I'm happy that I didn't go. You get very, very good grades. Okay, this is true. I know people don't really talk about their grades or like GPA or anything like that on the internet. A grade is just a grade. Like, it's not the measure of your worth or your value or your knowledge. I do get good grades, but I feel like especially in college. Like, college is fairly easy, at least as a communication and marketing major. It's fairly easy, and I feel like if you just like do your work and you do it well and you do it thoroughly, then like it's gonna pay off. I feel like a lot of people just do their assignments just to get it done. And so I love education, I love learning, and I love doing things to the best of my ability. That's just kind of like my personality. And so, yeah, I mean, when I like work really hard on a research project or a presentation and I get an A, like, it feels good. But yeah, again, like, that's not the measure of like my knowledge, because like I wouldn't necessarily consider myself like super smart or anything. Not even smart. Like, I feel like I know stuff, but there are people who are way smarter than me. So again, a grade is just a letter or a number. It's not like the value of your worth or your knowledge or your intellect or anything like that. You are saving yourself for marriage. This is false. I don't know if I want to get married. And so if I do, it would be like late 20s, early 30s. Personally, I don't feel the need to wait. I don't think sex is like all that it's like cracked up to be. Obviously, like, it's a very beautiful thing. And so like, I guess waiting, I definitely want, like, I'm not gonna like go on one date and like have sex with them. Like, that's not me either. Like, I definitely want to see potential and the future in them before I give myself to them, if that makes sense. But that's just not really something that I want to do. You don't respect people who are religious anymore. Okay, this is definitely false. I feel as though I'm a very respectful and accepting person. And also, like, I grew up as a Christian. Like, for 15 years, I considered myself a Christian, and I thought like that. And so I completely understand like where religious people, specifically Christians, are coming from. And also, I know like a lot of people will disagree with this, but religion is not a personal choice. It is usually because you were born into a family who was religious, and that's just kind of the culture that you were around, and so that's what you grew to believe. It's like more so geographical rather than personal choice. That's just, again, how I see it. As for respect, I definitely like respect your religious views, and like I don't want to like step on them or anything, but I also, it just like kind of makes me sad because a lot of the thinking I find very harmful to the individual. So for instance, like, you're told like you are sinful, you're dirty, you're worthless, and that's why you need God to kind of cleanse you. And I feel like it just makes me so sad because like once I stepped out of religion and I was like, wow, like I'm kind of cool, like I have a lot to offer this world. And so I gained a lot of self-confidence because like it was just me, and I had to figure out how to live with myself and how to make myself marketable and, you know, just all that kind of stuff. Whereas I feel like if you have a God, you're like, oh, God made me this way, or, you know, like I feel like you can come up with more excuses, whereas without a supreme being, it's just you, and so you have to think and analyze and decide for yourself. Also, again, with the thinking, like, I've been called like the devil's spawn, Satan's spawn, devil worshiper, like I'm just running away from God, and that's just not how I see it. But again, if you were raised like that and that's the, you know, theology that you've been around for so long, or have read in the Bible, or, you know, whatever, like I totally understand why people say that. But again, it's just like I feel like that thinking is so harmful, and it honestly, it makes me sad. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was so fun to just like get to talk about stuff that are kind of like taboo subjects and that like I haven't really talked about before. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, follow me on Instagram, leave a comment down below if you want to talk to me about any of the things that I said. I will definitely comment back. Again, like I said, I love talking to you guys on like social media. It's so much fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed again, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye!